Welcome back to another video here at Penultimate Trading, where we focus on trading system development and trading psychology. I created this platform because I was once a struggling trader with inconsistency, emotional decisions in my trading, and feeling stuck in my journey, until one day I realized I had to change my entire approach to trading. So if you're ready to transform your trading and achieve the results you've always been looking for, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your friends, and turn on the notifications so you never miss a step in your journey or ours. Check the link in the descriptions for our free resources we offer, and book a free discovery call to see what else we can offer you. Check out all the social media platforms, and with that, let's get started. Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we're just going to talk about how to review your trades for a whole month and see what you should take away from that when you're analyzing that. And we're going to prepare for the upcoming week here, so hopefully I can make the video a little shorter and not drag it out too long. So let's jump into it. So I'm looking at my trades from the last month, and it wasn't the best month for me. It was a little patchy month. I got sick and I missed a few trading days, and of course just holidays like federal holidays with the inauguration and MLK Day, and then New Year's Day obviously in the first trading month of the year. So it was a little choppy month, but looking back, and I realized, you want to really look at a lot of different factors into your trading month and just see when you're reviewing and seeing how it went. And so some of the things I'm looking at here is a lot of different numbers, like my win percentage, my percent gain, my average risk to reward, my average stop loss, my average take profit. And of course you're looking at things like the number of trades, the days you trade, and I'm going to get more into this and write these down for you just so you can get some idea of what you should be looking for on a monthly basis and understand where you want to improve at. So I'll start with my number of trades. So last month I took 37 trades, and that's actually a little bit of a lot. It's more than I want to take. I mean, I think the average with how I would trade this month in January and in December, I think I traded around like 40 trades as well in those 2 months, but I actually looking forward to this upcoming month in February. I just want to limit it down some, so I want to address that later on in the video. So average trades, things you want to look for when you're reviewing your monthly trades. And of course you can add more. I might cover more than I'm typing out, or you can take away less. You just, it's all kind of personal preference, but it's good to understand these numbers so you can just understand where you're improving at or where you need to improve it for the upcoming month. But you should always review at least your trades from the week, and definitely from the month, and of course from the quarter as well. So you want to look at the amount of trades or number of trades. See if you took a little bit amount or a smaller amount, or you took more than you would like, and just kind of try to adjust instead of goal-based stuff for the next month. You can look at average. This kind of depends on your strategy. You can look at like your average win percent, or say average risk to reward, or average profit, or average percentage gain. So I'll put average percent gain or profit. I'll put slash profit, as well as stop loss with that as well. So average stop loss area or size, just so you can understand what's the average. So like I know when I was looking at my December trades, I knew that my stop losses on average, whenever they were get higher than 60 points for Nasdaq, it was always a loss except for like one time. So that kind of generated some type of baseline for my trades. Some of my trades in January that I just knew, like, okay, this stop loss is probably too big. The probability is not in my favor, but of course there was actually 1 or 2 trades that went through that was like a really big stop loss, like 120 points that actually went through for the Nasdaq this month. So yeah, it's you gotta take some things with a grain of salt. It's just good for, I guess, background knowledge, you can say. So yeah, you're looking for things like number of trades. You want to look at things like average percent gain or profit and stop loss size. I'll put stats right there too. I'll put a slash there. You want to look at things like your win percentage, which of course comes from your number of trades you're taking. How many trades you won divided by the amount of trades you actually took. And you want to look at some other factors too here. So I kind of type out, okay, were the trades with the trend? You can analyze, were you winning more with the trend, or were you trading more with counter trend, and did you win more or lose with those? Were they with trend or with counter trend? You need to look at the days the date and the time of each trade, so you can just analyze, get those quick trends, and understand what's the analytics for your trading. Like, what are you more profitable or more probable to win a trade on? So for me, I'm looking back at my trading journal and my position tracker, and I'm seeing that on Tuesday's my best trading day, Tuesday, and it was like that in December as well. So going into Tuesday, I know I can probably be more profitable on Tuesdays, and my worst day seems to be Thursdays actually, which is kind of surprising, but because I don't know why. I don't think there's usually not much news on Thursday, so not sure why. But Tuesdays is my best days and Thursdays is my worst days. So doing things like that can help you out whenever you're trading, and then you can always look at things like how many trades you're taking those days specifically, so you can see, do you need to scale it back or maybe not trade a day or trade a certain time, and just compare. Got a typo there. And of course you need to, check the actual trades too. I'd say check or review the trades. Let me put review the trades. So you need to actually either draw it down or take a screenshot of it, or take a copy an image or link or the image link from TradingView and review just what those trades are looking like. Just see if you had late entries, any specific special cases, like you might have traded on a different time frame than usual. See how that went for the month, or see how that went for you over the month, or anything else you were testing. I was testing, trying to refine a few things as well. So I'm just looking at those different notes I typed out with those and seeing all the different things. So yeah, those are some of the big numbers you should really track. Just time of day, date, what the position was. And actually for me, I noticed sometimes you might get one asset and you'll see okay, I short this asset a lot or sell it a lot. Sometimes you want to say, okay, I buy this asset a lot or go long a lot. And I was actually pretty even. So I think I took 37 trades. I took 17 longs and 20 shorts. So it was pretty even. It's not like I just had one that just overwhelmed at 15 to 25 or 15 to 30, something like that. So it's pretty even last month. So it's good to know I don't really have a bias too much of a way in that direction, at least direction position wise. And so I'm looking at I took mostly pro trend moves. It looks like it's a little bit in favor of pro trend moves. So we'll see how that goes this upcoming month. I don't think I'm gonna change too much on trading this month, but one thing I am going to do is looking at it does good to look at your time as well, like what time you take a trade at. And I trade specifically with macros in the New York session, so it's easier to see what time I'm trading at, and it's a little more straightforward and consistent with when I'm trading. So I'm able to just easily say, okay, I like how I trade this macro time frame, or I don't like how I trade this macro time frame, as opposed to if I was just trading any random time in New York session or London session. So just things to consider. You do at least want to try to write it down and see when you're more profitable at. So I'm looking at, I took a lot of trades in the 850 macro, or at least pre-market for New York whenever it opens. And I'm not liking the results for it. So I'm just going to take it out this upcoming month. I'm not going to trade the 850 macro at all this upcoming month. And that's, the power of just journaling though. And you can just see where you're strong at, where you need to improve at, and where you would want to have a real baseline and guidance for you, and just really analyze and see yourself. So yeah, I'm going to take that out and see if I can, one, get less trades, and two, increase more profitability, because I think just trading at the 850 macro, it kind of is a way to almost dig your way into a hole if that macro doesn't go through, because the session hasn't even started yet, and there's always a little manipulation of the markets. The 930 candle has to go through if the trade hasn't hit or hasn't been tagged in yet, or if it's in and then it's going to be not going, or if not hit take profit by 930. There'll always be a little manipulation whenever the market does open. So I just want to get rid of that and just have a clear mind whenever I go into the next macro, the 950-ish macro, and just see what I can do there. And of course, I just want to monitor that and just see what it looks like this upcoming month. So hopefully I have less trades, but at least I want to be done more than 30. I want to be around 25 to 30. I want to focus on taking more quality setup. So that'll be my goal for the upcoming month, and we'll see how that's like. And yeah, that's mostly what I took from this quick analysis of my previous month, just the time frames, and I think I did a good job being a little unbiased and consistent with how I trade, shorts and longs. I think I overtraded a little bit on some days, because I don't think there's a reason for me to take 4 trades in a day. I think I want to go down to 2, maybe 3 at absolute most, but I did do a little bit of hedging last month, just reviewing those type of notes and special cases I did do. And yeah, so I just want to work on mostly just taking less trades and more quality trades this upcoming month and being just consistent with however I choose to apply my strategy. That's all I'm looking to do. So with that, we can go over, I think we can just prepare for the week and see, just do that really quick. I don't think I'm going to back test this previously. I've done it a few different ways, so I'm going to compare how I back tested and how those things added up. So looking at the first one, reflection review last week. So this previous week I didn't trade too much because I was sick and just getting over it, and I was just on and off the charts a little bit. So I did back test it a little bit. You can kind of see it here in a previous. It's also in a previous video. You can go check that out. So this isn't the right broker, I think. Yes, this will be the broker. I was just doing a series. I'm just trying to trade like pro trend only with how I'm trading, and it would have been the best week last week. It was only been a 33% win percentage, but even with that, it still would have just been a break even week for me just because of how I do my risk to reward, and it would have been on average. See, I know how, like, this is where journaling and trading comes in as well. Just knowing my average risk to reward per trade was 2.32%. So if we were to add that up and see it and calculate it and see how that would be, we can do 2.32 times those 4 wins, and of course we just say we're risking 1% in theory. Risk management is key. You want to be very consistent with how you do it. And just minus that 8%, you still would be netting 1.28% if you risk 1% per trade here. So really, it probably was more like a break-even week, with the fees and commission and everything. So just important to be consistent with there, and it's important to, of course, always journal and try to write down everything that you can and get all those details. So I know like my average stop loss size for last month was like 49 points, which was a little higher than December. I think December's might have been around 33 or 35, and the average take profit was 114.63, so that's also a little high. I think December's might have been around like 60, 65-ish, so a little higher on some of my numbers this month, but it's okay, just reviewing and getting better and refining for next month. So yeah, I know that these aren't the trades that I took. These are just what I backtested and just tried to get a clear mind and trade with a clear mind. After I was sick, I did this on Friday, I believe. Today's Sunday, so looking back, it would have been 4 wins, 3 losses for this week, which wasn't the best because I've traded other weeks with just pro trend and tested it out. Like this one would have been 8 wins and 4 losses. So it comes with it. Every week won't be the most profitable, successful week. So you just got to learn how to bear with it. So this would have just been a break-even week pretty much. And then going back, I did just do a little bit of backtesting in a different way to try and just compare. I did this all on my phone last night, so it might be a little choppy, but I mostly just did it to compare and just see, okay, if I did it or apply it in a different way, doing not just pro trend only, but doing both, buy and sell trends, or with pro and counter trends. And it was 5 wins and 5 losses, I believe. So pretty much the same thing, just break even in that way. So I don't think I'm going to go and apply it too much this way. At least I think I'll probably just try to stick with the pro trend. But the problem with pro trend is I know that's going to happen is there'll come a day where Nasdaq just starts ranging, or it'll start flipping trade or trend consistently. So it'll be a little hard for me to try to capitalize and figure out specifically what the trend was for that day. But we'll have to refine further probably to this way. But we'll see what happens when that comes. I'm just gonna try to mostly just limit and take out the 850 macro and not trade that this upcoming week and see how I like that, so I can take less trades, which I don't think I did in this on this broker as I backtested yesterday or last night. So yeah, so we've kind of reflecting on what we reviewed last week. These are all the steps that I do to prepare for the week, or at least the main basic 8 steps you should do. I have a video on that. You should check that out too. It's really helpful. Steps to prepare for the week. I try to go through this pretty fast. I don't want to make it too long of a video. Just kind of give you a guide on how to review for the month, and how to prepare for the upcoming month, and how to prepare for the upcoming week. As this is Sunday, so the week does start tomorrow. So I already backtested. I'm preparing these, or comparing these to each other, kind of just that and how I would have traded. So I think either one of these ways would have been a decent week. I just would have been break even. So yeah, I think I'll just stick with going with pro trend for next week at least. And we're gonna check the news really quick. I know upcoming is NFP week, so it will be a lot of news this coming week. So yeah, we got news on 9:45 and 10 on Monday, 10 on Tuesday, A lot of news on Friday, obviously pre-market news that shouldn't affect me too much. Probably going to be able to catch a continuation trade this day. And since I'm not trading the 850 macro anymore, I should be good for Thursday, but also know that Thursday is my worst trading day, Tuesday not best one. And it's only a little bit of news here, it's only one news event, so we'll see. It is NFP week. I try to be a little cautious when I'm trading and understand whenever this time frame is, whenever it's dropping news, I'll just try to stay at the market that time frame. So check the news. We're already back to sitting. We're just fine tuning and understanding that I'm going to do pro trend this week. In higher time frame, go to the higher time. I am looking for, I think I spoke about it in a previous video. Of course, I'm looking for price to just push up overall into these and follow through with these trades or these trade ideas. So I'm still looking for it to push up, but we'll see what happens. I did speak a little bit about price sweeping this liquidity last week and then potentially going back up, which is exactly what it did. So it's looking like it's pushing down now. So I'm thinking it's either going to either consolidate this week or it's going to push down or push up and sweep this liquidity here, or push back down, sweep this liquidity here. But I'm thinking it's more likely to push up a little bit and sweep either this liquidity, if this forms to be a swing high, or this liquidity here. But we'll see. I overall do want it to push up and follow through with these trades, but we'll see what happens with that. So we reviewed the higher time frame, check the news. My weekly goal is just to focus on taking less trades and more quality trades. So I just want to make sure I do not trade the 850 macro this week. That's the only goal I really have this week. That and just focus on trading with pro trend. And affirmations, I've already wrote those out, so I'll write some more here just to give you guys an idea. So I'll give you 3. I am a consistent and profitable I'm a consistent profitable trader. I have faith and desire in my trading ability. And we'll do I am a disciplined trader who follows my system. I'll say fully too. So those are just quick few affirmations for you. I know I did mine earlier, so I wrote them out in my journal. You can write them out in your journal. You can type them out. You can put a reminder on your phone. You can put a sticky note on your desktop or laptop. You can write them. You can literally physically write them out in a journal, like a whole page full. That's what I used to do, is write a whole page full of affirmations before I started the week out. And then build your weekly watch list. So I only trade Nasdaq, so this is the only thing on my watch list, and I'm looking for it. Probably it's going to play around in this range here from this high to this low, so I know what's going to happen for the week. But it is NFP week, so there could be a news event that just drives it up, sweeps liquidity, and pushes it back down, or it could just push it back down and then continue back up. Or it could just, it's been consolidating a little bit this past few weeks. It could just push back up and start going towards one of these take profits. We'll see. It's going to be a lot of news this week, so something can drive price to move a little crazy. And then my pre-trade checklist, I know what I'm looking for this week, especially with just going with trend only. It kind of takes a few things out like that I don't really have to look for. So read my pre-trade checklist. I'm just looking for it to not be in the 850 macro, being in the other macro time frame, and being pro trend. So I've already reviewed that, and I just look at one of my trades for Friday just to make sure I'm back in the groove. So this is what I marked up last night. This isn't really how I'm going to fully trade it because there's not really pro trend here. It's going in uptrend, but looking at these two trades, the reason was that it's here in a macro, there's some accumulation here in this time frame, and this would be a really quick trade, but yeah, this is a valid setup, just kind of, momentum, bullish momentum. It's not true pro trend, and we have an accumulation of this sweep liquidity here of this swing high. Distribution pushes down, imbalance. We took an entry there. That just ended up being a loss, and this one ended up going through. It's just more accumulation. Sweep of this swing high, then it distributes here with this wick break, tags this imbalance and distribution here, and then it just plays out. So looking for potential buys. If it was looking for a buy, see, this is why 850 macro is taking this out. It's just not the best or most consistent with wins here. So let's just pretend that I wasn't going to take this upcoming week. I won't take this setup. Looking at this buy, it would have been the accumulation here, manipulating or taking out this swing low, then going up and distribution here and breaking this accumulation zone, then going back to retest this imbalance at one when it went through. And there's a continuation model here, or at least another opportunity here you could have took inside that one. Would have been a loss. So it would have been either way, doing pro trend or not, it would have been one loss, one win, but that's still profit because of our risk to reward here. It would have been profit. So yeah, I just wanted to go over one trade or one day at least to just show you guys how I'm dialing my eyes back in and looking at these setups. I've already back tested these past weeks in multiple ways, and we're trying to figure out how I'm going to refine moving forward. So you guys can go check those videos out. And yeah, that's mostly how I usually prepare for the month, looking at these different numbers really, and just understanding like what I did special, what I did different, what I did consistently, what my number of trades were, my average percent for percentage gain, my stop loss size, take profit size, my actual profit, what my 1% was, the amount of trades I took, what if I was taking trend or counter trend, if they're taken with counter trend or pro trend was more profitable or more ended for more wins. I review some of the trades. You can really just go through and back to some of the entire month and just see what trades you did take, and also you can check what trades you might have missed, because I missed a few days this month just because I was sick. So you can check those things out. And I have a broker not this broker, I have a different broker where I literally just mark up all my trades. It's only the actual trade entry. It's not the actual analysis, and it's just the actual trade position. So I can clearly see what I actually took and not worry about the analysis or anything blocking it out. So looking at those things, looking at the days, the date, the time, I'm taking more sell positions than buy positions. I'm looking at all these numbers and everything I can. Looking at, I think I put average risk to reward is up here. Let me put that there as well. RR, so that's risk to reward. And you're looking at write down everything you can whenever you're trading, because every profitable trader I've talked to, and this was like years ago, I talked to one guy who was really profitable back in like the 90s, 2000. He was an older guy. He made a lot of money doing stocks and stuff. He always the one piece of advice he really stressed on when he talked to me was write everything you can down. Always write everything you can down, because it's the way to just gauge yourself and make sure you're getting better. Just write every bit of information you can down. So with that, I'll end the video here and see you guys next video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll probably make my next video about actually doing how to journal and what that process is like, how to actually do your journal properly. So I'll see you guys next video.